Towards the end of May, the Pokemon Company released a Reshiram Charizard lead battle deck that is basically just a Greens Reshiram deck with extra steps. However, previously it would have cost you somewhere around $60 to $70 to build a true Greens Reshiram deck. With this, it cost about $25 US. If you manage to buy one of these in real life and have yet to take it for a test on PTCGO, I'm going to hopefully show you why you should redeem it as soon as possible. And something you might notice about the deck list is that there are 2 different arts of Volcanion. Yeah, this irks me a little bit too. Alright, Johnny Quest, what have you got for me? And unlike a typical Greens Reshiram deck, the lead battle deck plays Cynthia and Caitlin and Professor's Research. Normally it'd just be 4 Welder, 4 Greens, 4 Pokégear, but the Pokemon Company went a little nuts and just threw in a bunch of different supporters. As you can see here, there's Mallow and Lana as well. So there's, I think, 5 different supporters in the deck. No boss's orders, but there are a healthy amount of Pokemon Catcher, which I really like. One thing that is unfortunate, this starts really good, but something unfortunate is that it only plays 2 Reshiram and 1 Charizard Braixen, so you can get really messed up on prizes. Oh, it's a Lucario deck. Is it Lucario GX, or is it going to be the Tag Team GX, or the Tag Team Lucario, the thing that boosts damage, or it could also be the Lucario with the Garchomp ability. And we're going to find out right now. There's Evolution Incense. What do you got for me? And it's a Stonejourner deck. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Another sort of weird thing about this Volcanion Reshiram deck is that there's no Fiery Flint. I think they wanted to do, they wanted to make it sort of rotation proof. So you're not going to find cards that are rotating. Everything is from Team Up or later. So it's kind of unfortunate, but you know, Fiery Flint would have helped. But I guess if you're playing this in a few months, then you wouldn't be able to play the deck. Okay, so I definitely want a Quick Ball. Cherish Ball would have been nice too. I have a Pokégear. I could get an Energy Spinner, because since I'm going second, I can get a lot more. Oh, never mind. There's Tag Call. What am I talking about? You don't need Cherish Ball when you have Tag Call. So I'm gonna thin my deck out of a lot of stuff right here. So I'll get I think I'll just get my 2 tag teams. I'm really gonna rely on that Pokégear. And how much energy is in the deck? 11, and I'm gonna thin 3 here, 3 with Flare Starter. I don't really want to put Charizard and Braixen down because it's not very good, but I think I might have to. So I'll just Flare Starter. If they don't evolve that, I can knock it out with Flare Strike, but with Brilliant Flare, I think I just want to put all the energy on Reshiram and Charizard. Because what might happen is they might evolve into Lucario GX, knock out Volcanion, and then all I need to do is attach an energy, and I'm good. So one thing about this that you won't find in typical Greens Reshiram deck is a lot more healing. So you do play Mallow and Lana, and I think there's some great potions. The reason you don't heal normally as much with Reshiram and Charizard is because you have Outrage. So for 2 energy, you can deal 30 plus the amount of damage. So healing can be counterintuitive to that attack, but if you want to survive as long as possible, then healing's good. And I'm not sure if I want to build a Lucario GX deck. In this day and age, this is not good. Back in the day when this first launched, yes, 120 damage, that's fine. Cantankerous Beatdown, 30 times each damage counter, that's good. But in this day and age, Lucario GX just isn't really getting there. You know, it can be fine to get some chip damage in a Stonejourner deck, but I don't know. Obviously I'll test the Lucario GX deck, but I don't think it's gonna go too well. And there's the knockout. 20. What was the? Oh, the dojo. That's what it was. Okay, so saving the hearth was a good idea. So I think at this point I should bench the Volcanion because there's no reason not to. You know, they have to knock out 2 tag teams and that's 6 prizes, but if I make them knock out 2 Volcanion and then 2 tag teams, that's better. So I'll put the hearth down. I need to thin something. And all these cards are good, except I guess the Fire Energy. Sure. Yeah, it does play Fire Crystal. You have 2 Great Potion. So some things could work out for me here. I think I do that. Do I want to Welder this turn is the question. If I whiff this Pokégear, I'm going to be in big trouble, but I think I have to try for it. Yeah, I'm not going to research. So now the question becomes, do I Charizard and Braixen? Because I can't get it powered up. This is a tough one. I think I gotta go for it. Either that or I do 300 damage with Reshiram. No, that's not good. Okay. Think I have to build up this guy. As much as I don't want to, I think I have to. Sure, just Flare Strike for the knockout. You know, I'm looking at this. I don't have tremendous confidence unless I get Reshiram and oh man, that one hurts. Okay. So the Charizard and Braixen should never have touched the field. If that Reshiram and Charizard wasn't prized, I would have just grabbed 2 Reshiram and Charizard with that tag call, but I needed a backup attacker in case, it was the last prize I drew. That's why only having 2 of them really hurts. But what do we got here? They're not going to do a whole lot for a little bit. I do have to be worried about Karate Belt. That will not be great. Am I about to get Marnied? Because there's a ton of good stuff in this hand. Okay. I have 2 energy in the discard, so that's good if I get a Welder and a Crystal. That's not great. So my options here, I might have to greens for like a switch or something. Or like double switch. And then Flare Strike. Because the deck doesn't play Air Balloon, I don't think. I think just Vitality Band. And Vitality Band is very important in the Pikarom matchup. Quick Ball, it can give me another Reshiram. I don't think I need it. So my options are, I can not do very much. I think I have to go for double switch because then I can just knock out an DDV for game. So I think I just go for double switch. Yeah, the healthy amount of switch, healthy amount of healing, healthy amount of Pokemon Catcher. So the deck's pretty good. It's not... You'd probably want to make some alterations if you go to like a tournament online or something, but it's not bad. It's not bad for a starter deck. Just the consistency, it can get a little not great. And if they do any damage, I can just Double Blaze or Outrage or something. But if I find a Pokemon Catcher and it's heads, I win. So they made a bit of a mistake benching those in DDV. Obviously they had to because their deck is centered around healing, but I think they should have just relied on Stone. No, maybe not. It's kind of, they had to do it. They're kind of in a tough spot. They're against the Reshiram and Charizard that's within range of 310 damage with Vitality Band. So they're kind of in a tough spot. Oh, and it's just a pass. Okay. So the research should be fine, right? There's nothing in my hand that I really need. I think I just ditch the reset stamp because they can't hit 270 next turn, right? They can do like, oh, hang on, Dojo, that's 240, 260, Vitality Band 270. Okay, things should get a little sketchy. So what do I want to do? If I, worst case scenario, I think I just double blaze. I'm down one welder. I can Cynthia and Caitlin. No, I think I have to research. I think this gives me the best odds of getting me what I need. That's interesting. Okay, so if I flip heads on this, I win. And that's game. Okay, so you're seeing the deck perform. That's awesome. And I'll just retreat, give him the old Flare Strike, and that'll be that. I could also double blaze, but that would be mean. Flare Strike for knockout. So great showing by the battle deck in game 1. Let's see if they had anything interesting in that deck. So they had some Oranguru, Diancie, Stone Journey. Okay, so it's just a Stone Journey deck with Lucario GX. Alright, I will go to the next game with the Reshiram and Charizard lead battle deck. Alright, so obviously a lot of things went right for me in the previous game. I went second, I got off a good Flare Starter, the Volcanion was in the active. If I can start Volcanion and go second every game, then this deck would be really good. And I never face a water deck. Okay, things are bad. Things are real bad. What are the odds that they're both weak to water. Okay, if I send up the Reshiram and Charizard, I can double blaze. How many hit points does Inteleon V have? It has 210, right? And my loaded V has 210. Okay, so I can actually get a knockout right here. I can double blaze for the knockout, but I need to get a Vitality Band off this Welder for 3. So this is highly unlikely. This is a horrible matchup. If I don't score the knockout this turn, I think I might just concede because, unless they completely don't get set up. But you don't want to sit here and watch me lose to my loaded V deck. The only good thing is it should be a quick loss. Okay, so they're attaching. I don't know what their energy acceleration is going to be, though. It could be they have Welder or Frostmoth. If it's Frostmoth and I don't see a Snom, that would be perfect. If it's Welder, it's Welder. Okay, so that's bad. I can pretty much assume that they have a Welder in their hand. There's a Pokémon Catcher. Okay, so I think if I want to preserve the Charizard and Braixen, I don't really want to preserve the Charizard and Braixen, but I think I have to in case... Okay, Reshiram Charizard is fine. I think I just go for it. Charizard and Braixen is not great, especially against decks that can do lots of damage. I need to thin as much as possible. There's a Welder and a Greens. I guess I should get the Greens. In case they don't have Welder, then I can just... No, because I'm going to Outrage. I'll get Greens either. Whatever. I'm kind of playing fast and loose here because I don't think I can win. So I'll just Welder to the active. I was just about to say, if I get like Switch and Volcanion, then this changes what I'm going to do. I got Switch and Quick Ball. So I think I go for Volcanion. Because then the Reshiram and Charizard is going to be all powered up, and I don't have to worry about it getting knocked out. So they'd have to have kind of a crazy combo to be able to do this. So I'll just Flare Starter. Yeah, I may as well get 3. I have the Fire Crystal, so if the Volcanion gets knocked out, I can just bring everything right back. So it is in Flare Strike territory. If they put a Big Charm on it or something, that's fine. I was going to say Galar Mine could be annoying, but I mean, who cares? I'll just go for greens for a switch or something. Yes, the Giant Hearth helps them, but the way I figured it, if they have a welder, they have a welder. If they don't, they don't. If they don't have a welder, that could just pretty much be a good game. And this quick ball probably to get Dedenne or Absol. Because at the very least, they'll want to try and trap the Volcanion. But I think they have to go get Dedenne or something, right? They can't whiff this turn. They have to get something going this turn. And it's a Jirachi. Okay. So they have an escape board. What's that last card in their hand? Oh, they were treating off the energy. Alrighty. So this is tough. I can high heat blast the Jirachi. I don't know how much that helps me. I guess it just sort of depends what they get off the Stellar Wish. Because what I want to do is I want to knock out 3 2-prizers. I don't want to do anything too bad, but if I played greens, what do I get with the greens? I think, oh, they took a long time to get just an Energy Spinner. I could greens for Tag Call and maybe just another greens. I think, okay, there's a well. That is perfect. Okay, so I think I greens for, what do I got? So where's Tag Call? There's Tag Call. And then, so I have the welder. I greens for Tag Call, and what did I say the other thing was? I honestly can't remember what I was thinking because that welder kind of just came out of nowhere. So Tag Call and Reset Stamp doesn't help me. I already have welder. Sure, let's get the Vitality Band. Then I will Tag Call for that guy and probably Cynthia and Caitlin, and then I'll just get rid of it. So this is how the game is going to end, is they're going to have to knock out all these. So I will Hearth away the Cynthia and Caitlin, get 2 energy, very low on energy, that's fine. I think I'll just attach there. High Heat Blast for the knockout, because they don't really have much going on. So the good thing with this deck playing so many supporters is that it's very consistent. The bad thing is that sometimes you'll have Professor's Research and Cynthia and Caitlin when you want a welder or greens. And, like I saw in that first game, you might only have 1 Reshiram and Charizard in the deck when you really want 2. Maybe that was a mistake. I think my original plan with greens was to get Tag Call and Switch. And I kind of messed that one up. So a switch would be good, because they could drop a Galar Mine and then I can't retreat the Volcanion. And that would be very bad. But, Volcanion can 2-shot a Milotic. But I don't really want it to. Okay, so that's fine. Do they have the water energy? They take this knockout, that's fine. So this is why Volcanion is so important, is because it can just help you set up. They're probably going to go for a Great Catcher off the order pad. Might be a concede, but Volcanion's just really good at helping you set up and helping you just soak up a hit. Yes, Great Catcher and Boss's Orders and all these things could get your Reshizards, but if your opponent doesn't have them, that's bad for them. Okay, so there's a greens. Okay, I'm just going to go Pokemon Catcher. Okay. Greens for a switch. And probably just a card I don't need, but maybe Mallow and Lana. I'll greens for another greens. Why not? Okay, so switch into this one. I think I'll hold on to that energy, to be honest. Just to be safe. And I'll Flare Strike. So you're seeing just how powerful going second can be in a Welder deck, especially a Welder deck with Volcanion, if everything goes right. You know, you have to play 4 Volcanion, you have to play a bunch of Switch, a bunch of Quick Ball. You know, your deck has to be built around getting Volcanion, and if you go first, Volcanion kind of becomes useless. So, and there's a win. So I think I want to stop there. The greens, or I guess the Reshiram lead battle deck, does have issues. I'm not going to say it's perfect. But if you're looking for a really good starter deck for $25 that you get both in real life and on PTCGO, I mean, yes, there's a potentially a better one out there with Pikachu and Zekrom, which I'll be looking at tomorrow. But, I mean, if you like Reshiram, go for this, because everyone has a way to beat Pikachu and Zekrom. You know, if you watch my Spiritomb video, you'll know that the Buzzwole can just one-shot a Pikarom, and that's bad. Whereas with Reshiram and Charizard, not really that easy to one-shot this just with a tech, you know. The Tapu Fini doesn't do it. There's not really a good one prize, one energy tech that can just one-shot your Reshiram. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to say. The list is pretty straightforward. Yes, there's only 2 Reshiram, but again, $25 gets you a deck in real life and online. You can't really go wrong, and it's a great starter deck to help you get some wins and help you get some coins, which you can use to buy packs and, you know, buy Unbroken Bonds and get a whole bunch of stuff. So if you end up buying the deck and taking it online, let me know in the comments how you do. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with the Pikarom battle deck.